Kids Church, it's great to have you this week. Well, this week we are back in the Survivor series and you're going to need a few things as usual. So go get that notebook that you need every week. Go and get the Bible. You're going to need that this week as well. And also this week for the game, you're going to need a pencil and a cup. So it could be a plastic cup, a glass cup. You just need a cup. And that's going to be a very exciting minute to win it this week. But next we are just going to go into some worship. So clear a space and we're going to sing Journey of a Lifetime.
This life is a journey, a path made for me. With every step I take, as I run this race, I'm becoming the person you call me to be. A child of God, a life redeemed. So I set my eyes on you, Jesus, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Where you lead, I'll follow. Where you lead, I'll go. Not gonna wait for tomorrow. This is the journey of a lifetime. The journey of a lifetime. God, you already know me. I wanna know you. Help me grow stronger and discover the truth. I'm ready, let's go. Where you lead, I'll follow. Where you lead, I'll go. Not gonna wait for tomorrow. This is the journey of a lifetime. With every step I take, with every step I take, I'm becoming the person you call me to be. A child of God, a life redeemed. So I set my eyes on you, Jesus, I'm ready. I'm ready, let's go. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Where you lead, I'll follow. Where you lead, I'll go. Gonna wait for tomorrow. This is the journey of a lifetime. The journey of a lifetime. The journey of a lifetime. I'm on the journey of a lifetime.
Okay, I hope you're out of breath after that song. I love Journey of a Lifetime. But next we are going straight into a game. So we're a minute to win it this week. You're going to need that pencil and the cup that we were speaking about earlier. And this is the game. So you need to bounce a pencil off a table into a cup and see how many times you can do it in a minute. So you got to bounce it and see if it lands in the cup. I've got 10 cups here, so I'm going to see how many I can get in a minute. But you can do it as much time as you want for 60 seconds at home.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
get a few pencils in the cup within the minute. It really was quite a hard challenge this week, wasn't it? Do you know, this week we are continuing to speak about survivor. And you know, we're looking at Paul in the Bible, aren't we? And Paul was one of those people that no matter how hard a trial was, he kept on going. He kept on trying. He kept on living for Jesus. Do you know, this week we are going to have a look at one of the things that happened in Paul's life. If you've got your Bible, it's chapter and verse. Go and look up Acts chapter 16. If you've got the Action Bible, we're on page 712 today. So let's have a look at Paul and what he did and how he kept surviving for Jesus.
God's story. Paul and Silas. So part of God's story is about two men named Paul and Silas, and it begins like this. Paul and Silas were friends who decided they wanted to serve God. Serving somebody means you try to help them. It can be as easy as holding open a door or setting the table, or as difficult as scraping chewed gum off the bottom of their shoes, or worse, picking out the lint from their belly button. Thankfully, God doesn't need help like that. God wanted Paul and Silas to help him by telling his story to others. God's story is all about his love. God is the main character, and he loves everyone and wants everyone in the whole world to know him. Do you think you can tell people God's story? One day, Paul and Silas were in a city called Philippi. Some of the people there didn't want to hear about God's story, and they got really mad at Paul and Silas for telling the story every single day. In fact, they got so mad they beat up Paul and Silas right in the middle of the street. Then they threw Paul and Silas in jail. Now remember, Paul and Silas were just trying to tell them about God, and now they found themselves behind bars in prison. Once they were in jail, you might think Paul and Silas got scared to keep serving God. But they didn't. In fact, they wanted to worship God. Worshiping can be playing an instrument, singing, praying, listening, sharing your things with people who need them, and other stuff too. But all those things are a way to show you really love God. Anyway, Paul and Silas decided to worship by singing songs to God. They sing so loud the whole jail could hear. It was like having a dance party right there in prison. Kind of weird, huh? But that's what Paul and Silas were doing. Sometimes you can look a little weird when you're serving others or worshiping God, but that's okay. Well, God was with Paul and Silas. Right in the middle of their dance party, a huge earthquake began to shake the whole jail. All the doors swung open, and Paul and Silas' handcuffs fell right off their hands. They were free. So, what do you think Paul and Silas did? Well, they knew that if they ran away, the jail guard would be punished for losing his prisoners. Paul and Silas didn't want that to happen, so they decided to stay in jail, even though the doors were open. When the earthquake was over, the guard thought he was in big trouble. He felt more sad than he had ever felt in his whole life. But suddenly Paul yelled out, "We're all still here. Nobody's run away." The guard was so surprised and happy that he invited Paul and Silas over for dinner and to spend the night. It might seem strange that the guard was going to get in big trouble if the prisoners were gone, and then he took two of them home with him. But that's what he did. Well, the guard's family was so happy he didn't get into trouble that they listened to Paul and Silas tell God's story. Because the story is such good news, the family realized God loves them. They decided they wanted to be a part of God's story too. Paul and Silas were allowed to go home the next morning. They knew now that serving God would be hard sometimes. But they decided that even if people were going to get mad at them, ask them to help them with things they didn't want to do, beat them up, send them to jail again, or worse, they would still keep on serving God by telling his story. And that's the story of Paul and Silas. So in case you missed it, here's the quick version. Paul and Silas were two friends. They wanted to serve God. They told people God's story. Some people didn't want to hear it. Those people threw Paul and Silas in jail. Paul and Silas weren't scared. They had a dance party to worship God. God opened the jail doors with an earthquake. Paul and Silas stayed to tell the jail guard about God. They went free and kept on serving God. And that's a part of God's story.
Well, wasn't that a fantastic story there? Did you know Paul had a friend called Silas? Do you know Paul had many friends through his life? They were always up to different adventures for Jesus. As we've looked at the past 2 weeks, Paul said, and these three things remain: faith, hope, and love. And this week, we're going to be speaking about love. You know, I believe that Paul had an amazing love for people. He allowed the love of Jesus to fill him up, and then he would go and tell people about the love that Jesus had for them. Paul didn't just do this once. Paul would go and do this on a Monday, on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, on a Thursday. He did it all the time. He would go into towns and tell people all about the love of Jesus. Do you know, even when they threw stones at him for telling them about Jesus, they still poured out the love of Jesus to people. Even when people were nasty to Paul and they said terrible things about him, did he give up showing love? No, he kept showing love to people. Even in Acts 16, do you know, Paul and Silas had actually landed in trouble by showing love to a girl, praying for her. She became free from what was keeping her back, and people were so annoyed that they went and threw Paul and Silas in jail. Did they moan and groan? No, they poured out love. When they got into the jail cell and they were tied up, did they moan, I don't want to be here? No, they kept pouring out love to the prisoners, to the prison guards. Even when the earthquake happened and they could be free, they found that man. Do you remember the jailer? What did they do? Did they say, oh, we don't like you, you tied us up? No, they showed love. And they poured out the love of Jesus to him and his family, and it completely changed their lives. Boys and girls, we are called to show love and to continually pour out love. We must allow the love of Jesus to fill us up. And like the verse we've been speaking about each week, love is patient, love is kind, love always hopes, love always trusts. Boys and girls, we need to be people who, like Paul, show love in every circumstance. Even when your brother's annoying you, try and show love. Even when you think, I don't have any more love to give, Jesus can fill us up. Give us more love when we remind ourselves of the love of Jesus, how he gave his life for us. We can then pour out love on other people. And again, when you feel empty, go back to Jesus. He'll fill you up and you can continue pouring out love. Paul showed love to people wherever he went. And I hope that we can show love to people too, wherever we're at. A love that overflows. A love that comes from God and that we can pour out to other people. So I want to remind you today, let's be boys and girls who pour out love. Whatever's happening, whatever hassle is going on, make sure Jesus fills you up and you continue. Do you think there's any more left? To pour out love to other people. We're going to come and listen to this song again. The words in here are incredible. It says that God's love never fails. He will never fail to love you. He will never fail to fill you up. But we need to make sure that we, as much as we can, share the love of Jesus with other people and love people through whatever is going on in their lives. Let's listen to the memory verse.
Oh, yeah, love will never fail. Oh, yeah, love will never fail. Love is patient, love is kind. It's not jealous anytime. It's not proud and it's not rude. Love forgives and speaks the truth. Oh, yeah, love will never fail. Oh, yeah, love will never fail. Love protects, it does not break. It doesn't easily get mad. Love is hopeful and it trusts. When we love, we never give up. Oh, yeah, love will never fail. Oh, yeah, love will never fail. Sing it! Oh, yeah, love will never fail. 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 Oh, yeah, love will never fail.
Well, wasn't that a great verse there? Love is patient, love is kind, and most importantly, God's love never fails for us. Let's be boys and girls who continually pour out God's love and show it to other people. Well, I hope that you are enjoying the October holidays. They're finally here. And of course, with the holidays, prayer breakfast and life groups won't be on for the next 2 weeks. And also Kids Church Online will be on holiday too. However, we do have Kids Church in the building in Queen's Road. So you can sign up through Eventbrite to come along to Kids Church. We've got three services, 9, 10:30 and 12. We'd love to see you there. Boys and girls, I hope you have the best time and we will see you soon.